Hello, welcome to this short video series on CyclePy3, Gitlab, and Pavlovia. This will serve as a companion piece to my second open office hour, which is available on the Words in the World website. I've provided a link to that video in the description below. This series will show you how to get set up on the Gitlab and Pavlovia platforms, as well as show you how to use those platforms to collaborate on CyclePy3 projects. The series is aimed at beginners, so I'll be going over all of the absolute basics. I've broken these down into 5 separate videos. In this first video, I'll show you what CyclePy3, Gitlab, and Pavlovia are. In the second video, I'll show you how to create a Pavlovia and Gitlab account, as well as an SSH key that you can associate with that account. The third video will show you how to take an experiment that you've created in CyclePy3 and upload that onto these platforms. In the fourth video, I'll show you how to take that project and share it with other users on the platform. In the fifth video, I'll be going over the basic Git commands that you need to know in order to effectively manage those projects. So the goal for this video is simply to understand the relationship between CyclePy3, Gitlab, and Pavlovia. We're going to do that using a product metaphor. So what is CyclePy3? As most of you probably already know, it's an experiment development software, the key feature of which is that it allows you to design experiments that can be run on web browsers. We can think of these experiments as products that we're trying to create. So when we create an experiment, our end goal is to deliver it to a participant and receive data. The same way when you create a product, your end goal is to deliver that to a customer and receive money. So then what is GitLab in relation to that? Well, GitLab is a project development platform, and it includes a lot of really useful features that support collaborative remote work, which we're doing more and more of. But in relation to the product metaphor, it's going to serve as the warehouse. So whenever we create an experiment in CyclePy3, there are a lot of different files that we need to save that are associated with that experiment. Like in the case of CyclePy3, it would be the JavaScript code for that experiment, as well as any of the stimulus lists or auditory stimuli, visual stimuli that are going to be presented within that experiment. All of these files are going to be stored on a GitLab repository. Now, once we have all of our experiment files or our products in our warehouse, we need a place for them to be available to the public, and that is the Pavlovia platform. So we can think of this as a kind of storefront. We need a way for our experiments or our products to interface with the public. So what Pavlovia does is it will provide a unique URL where your experiment can be hosted. Now, this doesn't come for free. We have to pay to kind of keep this shelf space on the internet, so to speak. And we do that by through a token system that I'll explain later. But essentially, whenever a participant completes our experiment, 1 token will be used up. And so we're only ever paying for experiments that are actually finished rather than when they're accessed. Okay, so if we kind of look at this all together, we can see that CyclePy3 is where we're building everything, GitLab is where we're storing everything, and Pavlovia is where we're going to share it with the rest of the world. All right, so I hope that kind of clarifies the relationship between these different things. And that's all I have for the first video, and I'll see you in the next one.